Welcome back, guys. Today's prediction is between Joe Biden and Liz Cheney. Joe Biden being the incumbent president in 2024, and Liz Cheney being a U.S. representative from the state of Wyoming. Now, Liz Cheney, if you haven't heard her already, is hated by the Republican Party. Her own party, because she is avidly against Donald Trump. She hates Donald Trump, especially when he's being an idiot, right? So, many Trumpians, many ultra-Trump supporters are going to turn away from Liz Cheney, and that's going to cost her bad. However, Joe Biden is also very unpopular because of just his administration's work. Many believe that he has not kept his promises, and he's not really doing much of a better job than Trump. So let's get into it. I will point out that this might be the most unpopular two major candidates in U.S. history, even more than Hillary versus Trump in 2016. Just saying that how many people of their own party will be turned away by Biden and Cheney. Cheney, I think, would carry her home state, Wyoming, along with ultra-Republican states, Utah, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. We'll get to Nebraska's districts. Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, West Virginia, right? So Alaska, I think, should be able to hang on to. So many of these states are going to stay in her column. Then Joe Biden is going to hang on to safe Democratic states, the West Coast and most of the East Coast, right? New York, I think he'd be able to hang on to Virginia, Illinois, and of course Hawaii. Nebraska's districts. Nebraska at large is probably going to go likely for Trump because Nebraska's first district. Oh, wrong district, sorry. Nebraska's third district, that's right. This is a district that is ultra-Trump, right? So many of these people will be turned away, probably leading to Nebraska at large being likely for Liz Cheney. But in Nebraska's second district near Omaha, really this will stay in the Democratic column. And then Iowa, Ohio I see staying. Indiana, just saying how little is shifted to the left from 2016 to 2020. These are going to stay in the Republican column, even with Liz Cheney as the nominee. Texas is out of reach for the Democrats for the Democrats in 2024. It's just not happening. Texas, it can't go. It really can't go to Joe Biden. It's not ready. He needs to have that minority support, and as of right now, he does not. But South Carolina, it's going to go to Liz Cheney. Again, African Americans are not going to adore Joe Biden so much here. But in Nevada, I see this staying in the Democratic column just because of, Hillary Clinton was so unpopular in 2016, yet she managed to win Nevada by 2.4% against Trump, who was extremely powerful and no one expected it. Liz Cheney is going to win so many less votes than Trump did in 2020, really, because of how many Republicans will be turned against her because of her opposition to Trump. Sure, she will win some anti-Trump Republicans, but there's not many of them, and that won't really help her that much. And then New Mexico and Colorado, two states that went to Biden in 2020, I see him hanging on to them again. I really do. In Arizona, this is a state that I really do see Liz Cheney carrying. It's a state that really hates Joe Biden right now. His approval ratings are very underwater in a state like Arizona. And Liz Cheney, I see connecting with these voters. She comes right above Utah from Wyoming. She connects with the climate, the jobs, and their values. And I do think that there are enough moderate Republicans in this state to elect Liz Cheney, saying that they have two Democratic senators, showing, and they're both moderate, so showing how many moderate Republicans the state has. But in Minnesota, I think Biden would be able to carry this, saying that Hillary won in 2016. Wisconsin, I see as a state with many avid Trump supporters, right? So, Wisconsin is a bit tough. I actually don't know why I gave Nebraska second to Biden. I didn't even think about that. This would be an area where Cheney would excel. But in Wisconsin, let's see. Just with the administration's unpopularity here, I think it would go very narrowly to Liz Cheney. But Michigan with more cities, more population, this is going to be a state that's going to go for Biden. And really, I think Pennsylvania might be this. Pennsylvania, I'll give to Liz Cheney because there's a lot of. Hmm, hmm, this one's actually very tough. Yeah, I don't see the state as stay with an ultra amount of Trump supporters. But really, I do. Ultimately, Biden will win more Democrats than Cheney will Republicans, and it's as simple as that. I do think Biden would be able to carry Pennsylvania. I think it would only make sense. Um, Florida is a state where Cheney is going to lose so many Republicans because so many Republicans there are so many ultra Trump supporters in Florida that are going to turn away from Liz Cheney. They're going to turn away from her just because she didn't like Trump. They're not really going to think about it, how Biden will become president if they do this, but it's true. But Georgia and North Carolina are also tough, and two more states that are going to turn against Cheney very much. But Biden, I don't see African Americans turning out for Biden as they did in 2020. So let's make a compromise. Let's give Georgia to Joe Biden, and then let's give North Carolina to Liz Cheney. It's even. There's 16 electoral votes to Cheney, 16 to Biden. And in New Hampshire, I think this will stay in the Democratic column. Hillary won in 2016. Maine at large will stay in the Democratic column. Maine's first will, and then of course Maine at large will go to Liz Cheney. So Biden wins with 311 electoral votes to Liz Cheney's 227. Thanks for watching.